Hello, we return with my certain branded jumper, which I quite like. Quite like that. Anyway, to play Notorious, without our beautiful book. Play Notorious. So we are on the planet Veltari, which is an aquatic planet. At the moment, we're exploring the main drilling platform, which we might move on to one of... I might roll to see where we'll go next. We'll travel to another place to have a look next. But anyway, we have Tulu Saloon, who is a Murian, which is a rat-like species, of a solemn demeanour, who is a brute and has become quite well known on this drilling platform, has earned 5 favour, 4 notoriety, and still contains 5 motivation. Being a brute, they carry a massive power hammer, very lightly armoured, just wearing a jumpsuit with a bandola of teeth, display so quite primitive, proudly displaying quite primitive teeth, and a large sort of minigun rifle, las rifle. We are hunting down Fez Talon, who is a Valak, which is a bird-like species. They're a vain, cocky member of the Mystic Order who went rogue and switched from the light to the dark side, and we're attempting to hunt them down. At the moment, we have done 5 exploration phases and found no leads so far. We decided to end last session by going to sleep because it's in the session, and Tulu awakens the next day to continue exploring the planet of Veltari with hopes of finding a lead as soon as possible. And we will start with an exploration phase. Are we on? Yes. We will use the purple dice as us, the clear dice as the challenge dice. I think these are the same dice as I used last time. We will roll for exploration. A 3. If your notoriety is 5 or higher, we're at 4. You encounter a lead. Otherwise, roll on the exploration events table. Purple for table, clear for entry. 5-1. You hear strange thing is found and find yourself drawn away from the intended path to investigate. So, okay, so we're exploring around the back alleys, considering it might be time to move off of this platform and go exploring first. But we move around to the back alleys and we hear a strange sort of familiar sound, and the sound is a hooded figure turns, and a sonorous voice in your head compels you to leave. You lose one. I think our we lose 1 motivation. I think we actually found our target, and our target, I am not the Valk you are looking for. So we had this strange pain in the back of our heads, and we decide this isn't who we're looking for, and we leave. Oh, let's mark a new exploration for this phase. Let's see what we bump into instead of finding what we were going to find. Instead, we come across a small room, a small enclave, and this seems to be run by the Trade Alliance. So it's a small Trade Alliance enclave. We could search for anyone who might know the target and gain a favour, or we could speak to a local who works here. So we might actually, because we had that pain in our heads, just stop and have a rest and have a coffee. It is the Trade Federation. It's a fair trade coffee. We have a fair trade coffee, and with our rat-like presence, we just rest our haunches a while. Power hammer seems quite heavy, and we gain 1 motivation. After resting for a bit, I think we will go explore. We will get a ferry to 5 to that's the starport. No, I won't do that because that's where we probably are. To 6, we're going to the Giloth floating city. So we move over to the Giloth, G-I-L-L-O, Giloroth floating city. So we now go over to the floating city. So we were on, let's say we're on the starport, which was the floating thing. We're now going across to the main city, where we will start asking questions around the city. It's another floating platform, but this rather being more drilling platform with different tiers where the ships had landed, which is where we were, with different small little people and shanty towns that have been built around the port. We're now going to a bigger, it's more flat floating platforms. There's less height to it, but there's more breadth to it as we begin to explore Giloth, the floating platform. Let's see what we find on the exploration table. A 3. Notoriety of 5 or higher. No, still not. So purple's table clear. So 4 and 4. I think we did that last session. 4 and 4. Ah, here we go. Hostile. So we've moved our ship to a small outer part of the. Oh no! It says we found a ship. So instead, we get a being relayed through the ship. Which is the, so this is from the minor faction, so the Red Moon, the syndicate, the crime syndicate, again attempts to try to speak with him to gain 1 favour, lose 1 motivation. So they try and have a go at us. They try and say, are you gonna is that Tulu, the registered owner of this vessel, of this ship? Look, unless you start paying your dues, then there's nothing we can do apart from have ya. So we got Nomad Die plus half of notoriety, which is 4 at the moment, which gives us a +2. So again, the purples is us, clear is them. So they are a 3, we are a 5. You contact us one more time. You talk to me one more time about giving you dues, and I'm going to hunt you down, and I'm going to burn your enclave to the ground. I will find you, and I will kill every last one of you. That gives us now 5 notoriety. We are really getting known around here, particularly the Red Moon clan. They bloody hate us. Lose 1 if you fail. No, we didn't fail. Okay, so they're trying to mess with us. Let's see what happens at this destination with them trying to mess with us. 3. You arrive at we arrive at a big market. Let's use the destination table. So we arrive at the market, a big massive market with lots of things going on, and we're going to roll on the destination table, which is very similar to the exploration table, where we'll do purples and so 5 and 5. Table 5, entry 5. Entry 5. Oh, a monster is loose and locals are struggling to contain it. So there's screaming. There's a sea monster with loads of begins to attack oh wow, this is like a mean thing. It's basically, it'll be the same as me. It's got a +4 attack, +1 heart, but I will get 1 notoriety, put me on 6. Monster is loose and the locals are struggling to contain it. It's unusual to see these creatures in populated areas, or I could sit back and watch to gain 1 favour. If I get 1 more notoriety, that gives me 6, which puts me in a good position, but this monster, I've got lots of motivation, so I can re-roll stuff. Okay, I'm going to try attacking the monster. I'm going to wade in, because if I can get, like, yeah, alright. So it's like the Kraken, so big, or I don't know if you've played For the King. For the King is awesome. I love For the King. Me and my daughter play it all the time. Apparently there's going to be a For the King 2. We have been playing on the Xbox, but I've also got it on the iPad, on the Switch, and on the PC. And we haven't finished it. I finished everything on the on the Xbox, even whatever the hardest master level is. Anyway, I digress again. The Kraken, I haven't done this time. The Kraken starts thrashing against the land, which is the market comes up close to the sea of this part where I'm just been exploring. And Tulu strides across, a bit like the KGB officer from the original 1980s Red Dawn, the way he runs, which I've discovered now I've reached my mid-50s. I run like that across the road. It's very embarrassing. But anyway, and I stride in, power hammer at the rest, striking one of their talons as it comes down. Purple's me, clears him. We are both +4. Purple's me, clears him. So that's a 3 and a 3. What is it if you draw on a attack? I won't pause it because then you can, it's only over here. Attack. Nomad dice from your equipment and bonus, so that was a +4. So it's just 3 and 3. So this is what if it's a tie? Do we roll again? I'm going to pause temporarily whilst I look at so it's understandably so, like Iron Sworn, where it needs to be higher than the challenge die. Equal is a loss. So that would be equivalent to a failure. So I think, as it's 3 and 3, that's a 50-50. I think I'll just burn my heart for this one. So I have no hearts left. It has 1 heart left. As Tulu strides forwards with the power hammer, slamming the power hammer on a tentacle, just pure chance, the tentacle whips around, striking Tulu to the ground, who quickly gets back to their feet, swinging the power hammer around, attempting to go for another strike against these talons to crush one. To move, let's say there's there's 2 talons, isn't there? Because there's 2 hearts. There's 2 talons. Tentacles. Oh, talons are completely different, aren't they? 2 tentacles swishing. That's because I was thinking of being able to put, because sometimes the tentacles have teeth, like claws on them. I think vaguely, which means I might be able to get one to put onto my belt. But anyway, come on, a 5 and 4. That's outstanding. So we crush one of the tentacles. There's a strange squish, a disgusting noise. Someone screams from the back, "Calamari!" And we are now both on 0-0. Tulu has the advantage of a 5 motivation. With the other talon now is thrashing more wildly, knocking stalls aside as Tulu wades in. Tulu Monster Hunter. So what we will do is we are going to burn a motivation and re-roll its dice. I think that's a good choice. 4. Yay! That talon is about a small 3. A small Talok child this talon is just about to crush a small Talok child as Tulu runs under, grabbing not a talon, tentacle. Tentacle? Yeah, tentacle with one hand, pushing it away and then cleaving down with Tulu's power hammer. The tentacle is splat and rolls to the side, and the sea monster moves back into the ocean to rounds of cheering and applause and people saying thank you and offering Tulu freshly cooked jumbo-sized calamari. Tulu gets 1 notoriety. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Giving 6. And that was another exploration. So Tulu will accepting accolades. It's alright. It's alright. Don't worry about it. We'll continue to explore. 1. There are no signs of your target, but something interrupts your hunt. Roll on the exploration events table. If I die now, I'm going to be really annoyed. Purples and clears. 3 and 5. Table 3, 5. You find a stubborn local arguing with 2 hostiles from the controlling faction. They fight at range. I'm not really one for range. One attack each. Choose one. Successfully intervene to recruit the local automatically. Observe the argument play out and gain 1 favour. Oh, I think Tulu's not going to bother with this. Tulu will stand back and watch them just shout at each other. They're trying to get a leather jacket with chumps written. I can't remember why. I've got written down here. Local gang chump like stab. I don't know what that means. They want chumps embroidered on the back of a jacket. And he's saying he can't do that, and they're saying the woman who's one of the gangers is pulled a knife and he's threatening the shopkeeper, and the shopkeeper then kowtows and says, all right, I'll do it. Tulu gains a favour and then moves on to the destination. 5. Which is a small auxiliary spaceport run by the Trade Alliance. I can gain 1 notoriety. If it's 5 or higher, a hostile guard will approach. Roll twice on the destination events table. I reckon I'm going to gain 1 notoriety. That will put me on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That will put me on 7. That is definitely above 5. So a hostile guard approaches. Alright, so now we can go. We haven't had a chance to do this yet. Maybe I can do a threaten or something. There's a table here, a reactions table. So we have a hostile. We can threat or attack. I am going to threaten this hostile and try and get the hostile to leave, which is Nomad dive plus half of your notoriety, which at the moment is 6, which is plus 3, which I reckon is pretty good. Hostile backs down, no longer an immediate threat. Roll on the threat neutralization table. Okay, we'll do that. So this guard comes up. What are you doing around here? Scarpa. Have one. Go on your toes. I roll a 5, it rolls a 2, so that turns into an 8 versus 2. Which means we'll roll on the threat neutralization table, which is a 5. Don't talk to me like that. Have you not heard of Tulu Saloon? Tulu Saloon is new on Veltari, and Tulu Saloon stays on Veltari. Tulu Saloon goes where Tulu Saloon likes. Tulu Saloon can talk about Tulu Saloon in the first person or the third person. It doesn't matter, because Tulu Saloon is Tulu Saloon. And the grumbling that about someone that they knew had become a nomad and isn't as bad as this person, they decide to wander off, like mumbling, my brother, he's an idiot, he is. But he's neutralised. This threat is neutralised. And we will then go to another explore cycle. What time have we got? 18 minutes. Cool. Still not dead. Right, come on. We've got 6 now. 4. If your notoriety is 4 or more, which it is, we encounter a lead. This is the first lead. I think this is possibly the first lead that I have ever got whilst playing. This is the first lead I've ever got whilst playing Notorious. Right, so I've never even read this bit. Before you finish the job, you'll need to find a few leads. So this is lead 1. Outstanding. Leads may provide clues about the target's goals and offer an opinion on their actions, or they may simply be another person in the way. As soon as your notoriety hits 3 or more, you might be prompted to create a lead when you explore. As your notoriety increases, so does the chance of encounter. We've got a notoriety of 6 now. Creating a lead. To create a lead, first roll for a showdown. to establish the location where you encounter them in the wilderness. So we've got showdown. For the first and second leads, roll on the species and personality. So showdown, okay, showdown, which is 66. Page 66. Showdown, so we have a site and a setting. Before you create a lead or target, roll once on each of these site and set. So we'll have purple site, clear setting. So 5 and 6. 5, you feel drawn to them in the ruins of a mystic temple full of whispers. Okay, so there's a strange temple on a lower level, which is actually below sea level, that we have heard about whilst returning back to the market. So that's 5. And then 6, a starfighter battle breaks out in the sky above, bombarding the area with debris and stray laser fire. I'm going to re-roll that. It makes no sense at the moment because we said it's underground. Okay. Alright, so this says you're both caught in heavy rain, wind or sandstorm obscuring your vision. So there's a strange temple undersea, which is full of whispers, and the whispers are the waves as they crash over the top. It makes a strange whispering sound. There are several tunnels where the air pressure moves. I don't know whether you've seen, there's a place, I remember it was on an episode of Top Gear, where as the sea came in, but the air pressure was made so as it would blow through some tunnels and it would play a tune. It's like that. It's a temple that plays a tune by the sea. Tune by waves. So it's like, so where you get like the car tracks and as the tyres go over it can play a tune. This is as the waves hit, the air pressure of that wave causes air to blow through pipes and it plays a tune. And due to that and all of the spray, I don't know whether you've been in like a big sea storm or something. The spray, because of the salt water, can actually be quite blinding. We're both caught in heavy rain, so that's and our vision is obscured by water spray, by sea spray, which comes through the pipes. I don't know if that's going to cause anything. Obscured by sea spray. Okay. Alright, so the sea spray comes down, so we've got that's happening. First and second lead, roll on the species and personality table to determine their key information, and then roll on the leads table to discover who they are. Okay, so we've got species is 2d6, which is 4. So this is a Murian like me. So this is a Murian called Dart, who is so what's this? This is the motivation 6. They are a self-assured, wiry, rat who is an ex-mystic. For ex-Mystic Dawn, who now is at this temple. So this lead knows Fez, but has relocated to this temple. So we'll roll on the lead table to get information about that. 5. You once teamed up with them from a lucrative job, but they betrayed you. Something about their appearance has changed. Resolve all. How did this person betray you and how is it related to your scar? Speak with them. They attack you in melee. Okay, so we go to meet Dart in the temple, and the spray is coming down and it's quite blinding as these loud pipes are making these loud noises. Dart keeps their hands inside their pockets with their hood up the whole time. So what have I got? I've got publicly lost a duel. Maybe this is the person who we duelled with. So Dart is the person who called us out after this job, and their small wiriness. Damn, they've got 2 hearts. It must be because they're wiry, so they're quite agile and they could dodge. So Dart is saying, you shouldn't have come here, Tlu. You shouldn't have taken this job. You shouldn't have come here and tried to confront me. I left the nomad people and I become a person of worship. That's what I'm doing here. You should leave now, Tlu. So what we'll do is I'm going to check that. You shouldn't have come, Tlu. You shouldn't have come. Now we've got to do speak with them. Now we do a speak. So this is a speak test because it's a speak with them. So this is us speaking with them. Where's the speak table, peeps? Threaten speak. So nomad die, add half your favour, rounded up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 3 plus 3. If you're speaking with a lead or target, you automatically succeed. No need to roll. Okay, if you're speaking with a lead so we are speaking with a lead or target. So we roll a d6, which is a 2. Your target was coerced into their actions. How were they held to ransom or otherwise made to do it? Okay, it doesn't matter. So what we do is, so this is us speaking with them. I had to attack you. I had to attack you. It was what they told me I had to do. Well, it doesn't matter to me. Now you have to pay. And Tlu will wade in with the power hammer, and a Dart will hold on. Oh, my phone has just dictated everything I've just said. Very peculiar. Dart flips back his hood, pulls 2 short daggers, and then wades in to attack Tlu. We will do an attack. So a Dart has a +3 and a +2 heart. We have 1 heart, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4 motivation. So again, purples is us. We got a 6. Dart has a 3. So Dart comes in low with a dagger as Tlu strikes down with the power hammer, knocking Dart against one of the far walls, and salty spray comes up, blinding us both temporarily, allowing Dart to come back to its feet, do a tumbling roll across, and then come pouncing from one of the pews, attempting to get onto the back of Tlu. So we've got a +4. Dart has a +3. I think so. For every heart you get a safety, and it's when you've got no hearts. So again, as Tlu comes climbing through the air, Tlu is able to turn with a power hammer, knocking Dart again against the wall. Dart's small, we can clearly hear ribs cracking, but Dart is not willing to give up. I might flip over to the attack table quickly, because hopefully, this is me. This is me cursing myself. As Dart rolls forward, tries coming up underneath Tlu's guard. Yes. As Tlu tries coming up under the guard, under Tlu's guard, Dart comes up as Fez brings the shaft of their hammer down upon Tlu's head. Not for children this bit, piercing the top of Dart's skull. So this is hostile or lead, killing. Gaining 1 notoriety, killing Dart outright. piercing with the thick shaft, going through the top of Dart's head, piercing its small frame to the floor. Tulu will look down and say, "Stick around." Pull the shaft out, wipe it down, and start searching through Dart's possessions for any further leads and anything that might signify what could happen next and what could move first. We are one lead down. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 notoriety, 4 motivation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 favour. So we will leave the temple and head back up and do one more exploration cycle, and then this has been awesome. It's amazing how I love this game when we're doing well, and the 2 times, but it seems like out of 3 times playing, 2 have gone quite badly and this has gone quite well, but both ones that have gone well is the brute. Maybe it's just the brute, like it suits my mentality. We will do an exploration table. Or no, is this now a destination? If you find, no, because I reckon that is a destination, isn't it? If you find someone, then that would be the destination, and then we go back to exploring again. So that was a 4. 4 is if your notoriety is 4 or higher, we encounter another. So this is we encounter another lead. Is this okay? This is we encounter another lead. So what one might have is that I'll define what the lead is, and we will do the confrontation next session because we're half an hour in. So let's say, what we'll do is we will find out who that lead is next session. So we've begun, so we will end with the information that Tulu has got from Dart has led Tulu to the next possible lead. So we need to roll for lead 2. I suppose that's alright because this is second session, which is an hour, and the game says it goes from 1 to 2 hours, and so to find our next lead quite quickly afterwards it's a very much an end heavy sort of storyline, but otherwise it would then run for multiple hours. So this is quite okay. So lead 2, we will roll for who start next session. Okay, that's pretty cool. I might see if I can get an AI do a picture of Tulu. And for now, Tulu is doing very well. Tulu's job's not quite, but almost done.